Today we are going to discuss the various terms arising in the spectroscopy. So first of all, see the definition of spectroscopy. The spectroscopy term is defined as it is the interaction of different components of light with matter. In another way, by taking the example of an organic molecule, it may be defined as the interaction of radiations with organic molecule when it is exposed to such kinds of radiations. Okay, got it? Again, I will repeat this. That is, the term spectroscopy is defined as it is the interaction of different components of light with matter, or by taking the example of an organic molecule, it may be defined as when the organic molecule is exposed to certain kinds of radiations. It is also called as spectroscopy. Okay, before seeing the radiation terms, we have to see the two parts of the spectroscopy. See here. Spectroscopy, now it is divided into two parts. Which are the two parts? First is absorption spectroscopy and second is emission spectroscopy. Second is emission spectroscopy. One by one, we will see the term absorption and emission by taking the example of a molecule. Consider the molecule A, which is present in a ground state. This is a molecule A. It is present in a ground state. Okay. When the molecule, that is when the molecule A absorbs these radiations are also called as electromagnetic radiations. Okay. When the molecule A absorbs electromagnetic radiations, it undergoes the higher energy state. It undergoes the higher energy state, which is also called as excited state. Higher energy state, which is also called as excited state. Now, when the molecule is present in a ground state, after absorbing which kind of electromagnetic radiations, it gets converted into it gets transferred into its higher energy levels called as the excited level. And now, in the excited level or excited energy level, or it is called as in the excited state, which type of radiations the organic molecule can absorb. From that particular radiation, we can find out the structure for the given organic molecule. We can find out the structure of the given organic molecule, or which type of interactions which are taking place with the organic molecule by absorbing electromagnetic radiations, we can get the structure of the organic molecule. Now, what is meant by the emission spectroscopy? After following absorption spectroscopy, second part is about emission. Okay. Once the molecule absorbs the radiations, it goes into a higher energy level. It goes into a higher energy level. It is also called as excited state. In this excited state, sometimes the lifespan of this excited state of organic molecule is very, very low. So, it loses its energy. In the form of heat or the radiations and it becomes returned to its original state, which is called as ground state. Okay. The spectroscopy, in which once the molecule gets in an excited state, due to the short lifespan of the excited state, the organic molecule loses its energy in the form of heat or other types of radiations, and it comes back to its original position. This phenomenon is known as the emission spectroscopy. Okay. Now, spectroscopy deals with two criteria of spectroscopy. First is absorption spectroscopy. Second is emission spectroscopy. The difference between emission and absorption is that is by using absorption spectroscopy, one can determine the number of radiations absorbed by the organic molecule. But by using emission spectroscopy, it is not possible to determine such kind of radiations or the structure of a organic molecule. Now, which type of radiations in which the organic molecule can absorb? These radiations are also called as electromagnetic radiations. So see electromagnetic radiations. Okay. See here, electromagnetic radiations. Okay. In the study of spectroscopy, we have to emphasize on the word electromagnetic radiations. These radiations propagates in the forms of a waves. But before seeing these electromagnetic radiations, we have to see number of electromagnetic radiations. Which are the number of electromagnetic radiations? Here, first is gamma rays. Second is X-rays. Third is UV visible radiations. Fourth is IR radiations. Fifth is radio waves. And sixth is about microwaves. These are the number of radiations in which organic molecule can absorb any one of these radiations and gives rise to the interactions in the organic molecule. So as to we will see the range for these electromagnetic radiations. The range for gamma rays is 0.001 nanometer. For X-rays 0.01 to 100 nanometer. Next radiation is UV visible radiation. In UV visible there are two parts. First is UV radiations, okay, and second is visible radiations. Okay. Now the range for UV radiations is 200 to 400 nanometer, and for visible radiations it is 400 to 800 nanometer. Okay. Likewise, UV radiations, IR radiations comprises of three subparts. Which are three subparts? First is near IR. Second is middle IR, which is called as main region of IR. Okay. And third is about far IR. Okay. But one thing must be noted that IR radiations are expressed in terms of mu. Okay. Now near IR, the range is 0.8 to 2.5 mu. Okay. The middle IR range is 2.5 to 15 mu. And for far IR, it is for 15 mu to 200 mu. Okay. Next radiations are microwave radiations. The range for this microwave radiation is 0.1 to 1 nanometer. Okay. And for the range for radio waves is 1 into 10 raised to 7 meter. Okay. What is the range? Radio waves 1 into 10 raised to 7 meters. These are the examples of the electromagnetic radiations. Out of these radiations, only one radiations the molecule can absorb, and it shows the interactions by absorbing the radiations, and by which we can determine the structure of the organic molecule. So once again I will repeat these electromagnetic radiations. Gamma rays 0.001 nanometer, X-rays 0.01 to 100 nanometer, UV visible UV radiations 200 to 400 nanometer, visible radiations 400 to 800. IR radiations comprises of three subparts: near IR, middle IR, higher IR, microwave radiations, and radio waves radiations. These radio waves radiations are used in NMR spectroscopy. Now we have to study independently electromagnetic radiations. See. While studying the spectroscopy, we have to strictly emphasize on the term radiations. Radiations. Okay? And these radiations are strictly speaker in terms of a waves. That is electromagnetic waves. One thing should be taken that is electromagnetic radiations are like this. That is electromagnetic radiations are the waves which are traveling in this fashion. Okay. One thing should be noted that is electromagnetic radiations have the same properties that of velocity of light. That is electromagnetic radiations possess the properties of the wave. Okay. When the radiations are exposed by an organic molecule, at that time two parts are comprising. Which are the two parts? When the electromagnetic radiations are absorbed by the molecule, at that time two types of vectors are seen. Okay. First is electric vector and second is magnetic vector. These vectors or these electric and magnetic vectors, the direction of which they are perpendicular to direction of propagation of light. Direction of propagation of light. In other words, we can clearly say that is when the molecule absorbs electromagnetic radiations, it consists of electric vector as well as magnetic vector. This magnetic vector and electric vector, they becomes perpendicular to each other, and also these vectors are along in the same direction of propagation of light. They are also perpendicular to each other. Now we will see the relation in which, strictly speaking, these electromagnetic radiation in terms of energy. Okay. Now the energy is given by Planck's equation. E is equal to h nu, where E is equal to electromagnetic radiation of energy, h is equal to Planck's constant, and nu is equal to frequency. As we know, nu is equal to C upon lambda. Therefore, this relation becomes E is equal to h into C upon lambda. Okay, like this. Now this is the first equation in which we have to use in our problem. That is, energy of electromagnetic radiation is given by E is equal to h into C upon lambda. Then h is equal to Planck's constant, is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to 31 Hz per centimeter. C is equal to velocity of light or energy of electromagnetic radiations. And lambda is the wavelength in nanometer or in angstrom. Okay. Now this is about electromagnetic radiations. Now we come to the different points which are called as the basic points related to this electromagnetic radiations. Okay. There are 5 different points while we study electromagnetic radiations. First point is about wavelength. Wavelength. Okay. Now, what is meant by a wavelength? Before seeing this wavelength, we have to consider first electromagnetic radiation in terms of waves. See here. Now consider, this is the wave. The upper portion is called as crest and lower portion is called as trough. The definition of wavelength is as follows. The distance between two successive crests or troughs. Troughs is known as wavelength. Okay, what is meant by wavelength? The distance between two successive crests or two successive troughs. Wavelength is denoted by the letter lambda, and the unit for this measuring wavelength is nanometer, micron, millimicron, and angstrom. Okay, this is the first point. Now the second point we have to study, that is the wave number. Okay, the wave number is denoted by the letter nu bar. The definition of wave number is as follows: the reciprocal of wavelength. The reciprocal of wavelength is known as wave number. Okay, the reciprocal of wavelength is known as wave number, or in another way it can be also denoted as, or it is called as, the wave number, which is also defined as number of waves passing to the certain point in one second. Okay, thank you. Right? Or the wave number is in another way may be expressed as number of waves passing through the space of 1 centimeter. Okay, the second definition of wave number is as follows: this wave number mu bar is also defined as number of waves passing through the space of 1 centimeter. Wave number is of unit that is equal to centimeter inverse. Okay, now the third term, basic term in the electromagnetic radiation is as follows. See here. Frequency. Frequency is denoted by the letter nu. Frequency is defined as number of waves passing through the certain point in 1 second. Suppose this is a wave. Suppose this is the point A and this is the point B. Now the frequency mu is defined as number of waves passing through the certain point in 1 second. In 1 second is known as frequency. Now this frequency nu is denoted by the formula that is equal to c upon lambda, where c is equal to velocity of light, and lambda is equal to wavelength in nanometer. The unit for frequency mu is equal to cycles per second. Another unit, in another way, it is also called as hertz. In another way, it is also called as Reshel is equal to 10 raised to 12 hertz. 10 raised to 12 hertz. Okay. Again, I am repeating this. Frequency mu is defined as number of waves passing through the point in 1 second is known as the frequency. Frequency is denoted by the letter nu. Okay, and nu is defined by the formula c upon lambda, where c is equal to velocity of light divided by wavelength in nanometer. Okay, the unit for this frequency is cycles per second. In short, it is called as CPS or hertz, or in another way it can be expressed as Pression. Pression is equal to 10⁻12 hertz. Now the last point in this electromagnetic radiation is the amplitude. See here, amplitude. The definition of amplitude is the maximum displacement of the wave. Maximum displacement of wave on x-axis is called amplitude. By using the wave, we can express this as, see here, okay. This is the x-axis and this is the wave. Okay. Now this is called as maximum amplitude. This is called as maximum displacement of the wave on the x-axis. It is called as amplitude, and it is denoted by the letter A. So these are some basic terms arising in electromagnetic radiations. First, again I will repeat this. First is wavelength. Second is wave number. Third is frequency. Fourth is amplitude. Fifth is energy. Again, I will give you the definition. Wavelength, the distance between two successive crests or troughs, it is known as the wavelength. Wavelength is denoted by the letter lambda. Wave number is denoted by the letter mu bar. The reciprocal of wavelength is also called as wave number, or the number of waves passing through the space of 1 centimeter, it is called as wave number mu. Frequency, number of waves passing through the certain point in 1 second, it is called as frequency. It is denoted by the letter nu. And amplitude, that is the maximum displacement of the wave on the x-axis, it is known as the amplitude. And last part is about energy. Energy of electromagnetic radiation is equal to E is equal to h nu. As nu is equal to V naught C upon lambda, therefore E is equal to h into C upon lambda. Okay. Again, in energy and the wavelength, there is some relation. Here, energy E is equal to h into nu, where h is called as Planck's constant, nu is equal to frequency. And as the frequency is goes on increasing, at that time the wavelength goes on decreasing. That is, frequency nu is inversely proportional to the wavelength. Okay, keep it in mind. That is, frequency is inversely proportional to wavelength. So these are some basic terms. In the next lecture, we will concentrate on some problems related to these basic terms and the units and the convergence and the electromagnetic region. Thank you.